So, if you're anything like me, some days you just don't want to art. You just can't be bothered. You know, you're too tired or things just get in the way and you just can't be bothered. Today kind of felt like one of those days. I didn't really have any inspiration, and the prompt itself was just difficult. The prompt for today was shining example, and I was going to do something with magazines or something, you know, how celebrities are supposed to be shining examples to our younger generation, so to speak, but it wasn't working. I just couldn't find anything for it. So I thought I would just sort of pick something at random, and I picked one of Jane Davenport stencils, and using one of her coloured pencils, as she calls them, magic wands, and just put it on the page. The base for this particular page is acrylic paint, Jane's acrylics, and I learnt a little bit of a lesson. The colour sticks move quite beautifully on acrylic paint, but layering the colour sticks, not so good at all. It sort of lifted, like if I would put more over the top, it would lift up the bottom layer. I'm not sure if that's because it wasn't dry properly. The colour sticks do dry sort of completely permanently, but you can still move them for a little while after you've put them down, especially on smooth surfaces, and they don't leave like a sticky residue the way that gelatos do. And just noticing that on this particular page, they lifted all the time, and I wasn't sure why. But I think next time I put them on acrylic, I'll let them dry for a little while before I add another layer over the top. But yeah, so I was just playing with things that I felt familiar with. Even though the colour sticks are relatively brand new, I was quite interested to use them. I keep reaching for them every single time I sit down to do something at my art desk. I always reach for the colour sticks, and you know, they worked really well for the most part. They're a really good art product. Beautiful colours, easy to move, you know, they blend so beautifully. Oh, it's divine the way that they blend. And they're water soluble. And now I'm just adding one of Jane Davenport's Spellbinder stamps in the background with one of her squid inks. Cannot for the life of me remember the colour, but it's pink. Sea anemone. No, that's the purple one. Anywho, yeah. Jane says that she doesn't want her art to frustrate her. And I kind of agree. I don't want my art to frustrate me, but it doesn't have to be perfect. This particular piece frustrated me. And I was sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, this isn't exactly working for the prompt. I mean, shining examples not really working out for me. But, you know, I just kept going, thinking maybe, your particular piece right now is just in its ugly phase. You know, all art stuff goes through an ugly phase. And I tried everything to really push myself, I think is what I was trying to do. Just keep going, see it through to the end. And the end product looks nice. It looks like something I haven't tried before, and I'm glad that I actually tried it. The crown on her head, I tried everything to get that to work, but it was not cooperating. I had paint all over my hands. The crown, the colour kept lifting. I couldn't find a white that would go over the top properly. It was a pain. But in saying that, I have learnt a thing or two. Yeah, see, as I can see, I'm trying to use Jane's paint over pens over the top, but it's just lifting it straight off. And I thought the ink was dry because I used the Silver Bullion Squid ink to go over the top of the silver glitzy marker. No, it just lifted straight off. And that really frustrated me. Like, maybe it wasn't completely dry. It could have been my fault, but, you know, it was frustrating. But these things, you know, they happen. So I just moved on. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to move on, do something else. So I used the Beluga White Squid ink to stamp just some flowers from Jane's Spellbinder's stamp collection on the background, just to give it that little bit of extra background element. And I liked the flowers. I liked that sort of blending between the pink and the white and the orange. It looks really nice. I'm not sure if it comes up well enough on camera, but when you see it, it looks really, really nice. And then I tried again with the paint over pen, even though I said I was going to leave it. Oh, goodness. And here I am with the Dilution spray ink. I know it's not a Jane Davenport product. I do have a lot of non-Jane art supplies, I promise. They just don't get used very often. But yeah, the Dilution's white spray ink, white linen, I think it's called, worked a lot better, and it was more opaque and bright, like I wanted. And now I think I've decided to leave it. Yeah, but all in all, you know, it was a learning experience, to say the least. But I am really glad that it's over. But yeah, you know, sometimes art doesn't work out the way you want it to, and it's okay. It really is okay. Like, this isn't my favorite piece, but it's sort of growing on me, I suppose. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.